Hi, I'm David from Sanda Pool Systems. In this video we're going to review how the setup wizard works. So I've set the software up and I've actually reset it back to 0 records. In the normal trial mode, just continue trial. Pops up a little warning asking if you want to set up your water test. Now you don't have to set up your water test as I showed you in the previous video. However, it's better for you to get a feel for how the software will work for you in your shop if you do decide to set it up. To set it up, click yes. There's a few things about the water test system that you need to understand. It comes shipped with 3 surfaces or 3 pool surfaces: concrete, fiberglass and vinyl. Those are the standard everyone uses, I think. You can add as many pool surfaces as you like. For example, perhaps you've got quartz on. There's a tiled, perhaps would be another finish that you may want to add, painted and so on. You can add virtually as many surfaces as you'd like. There is a couple of tricks here. If you wanted to set up a special balance, say for concrete spas, you could set it up like that. Okay, so you can have slightly different chemical parameters for each of the different pool surfaces, and you're going to see how we do that in the next couple of steps. So I'm just going to set up a couple of spas to demonstrate the power of this setup. Alright, so now I've got some pool surfaces set up. I've got concrete, got fiberglass, got vinyl, quartz on tiled, painted, concrete spa and fiberglass spa. You could keep going. You can, as I said, add as many pool surfaces as you would like. Click next. In this series you've got the choice of what sort of groupings you want to give the pool surfaces. So these are all your pool surfaces. I'm going to group them by concrete, fiberglass, vinyl, concrete spa and fiberglass spa. I could keep going. I could add as many groups as I have surfaces, but I'm not going to do that. You'll see what I'm going to do in a second. So that's my surface grouping set up. Now click next. Now I attribute a pool surface to a pool surface grouping. If I miss a pool surface grouping, well, I can't. It'll pop up a warning and nag me. It's a bit like the wife, really. Concrete spa to concrete spa, fiberglass pool to fiberglass pool. It's a good idea when you're doing this to make your pool surfaces just follow down in alphabetical order. You'll find it a little bit easier to keep straight if you do it that way. I'm going to put the painted and quartz on and the tiled into the concrete group. So now I've assigned all the pool surfaces to a pool surface group. As said, you can have as many or as few pool surface groups as you like. You can have as many pool surfaces as you can imagine. Click next. Now the important point here is this is where you enter your parameters. However, the parameters as you enter them are going to print out on the recipe form in this way. What I mean is, in my case, I like to put calcium hardness. I like to adjust my calcium hardness, then I like to adjust my total alkalinity. But that's not my test order. My test order is for available chlorine then pH. So this is the printing order. I need to stress that again. This is the order that the formula or recipe will print out on the sheet ready for my client to take away from my shop. The exception, of course, is salt. I don't have to add salt. Salt's added by the program. There we go. And will always be last. So now click next. Now choose the sanitizers that I want to assign. So I'm going to put granular chlorine and liquid chlorine. The pH donors I'm going to assign hydrochloric acid and pH down. Now what happens is that the software goes through the groupings and it puts together the grouping with the parameters we've set up. And now what we do is we assign targets. I'm going to make some targets here, not particularly accurate, just some targets for the sake of demonstration. More or less in the right areas, assuming that of course we were using, I use the word natural chlorine. What I mean is like liquid chlorine, not salt, whatever. Now in spas I don't like to run the stabilizer, so that's really the only difference I'm doing here. And again, fiberglass spa I don't want to run stabilizer. Click next. Now what happens, the software will pop up a little warning telling you to go have a cup of coffee. I suggest you do that. It does take a little while for this to work its way through. The more parameters and the more surfaces and the more things we've set up, the longer it will take to run. Click OK, go and have your cup of coffee. The little mouse thing will start to circle or hourglass depending on your version of Windows. When it's finished, your mouse will stop circling. You may see a pointer arrow. In my case, because I was making a video, I had to click on the form to get this to pop up. The video is taking quite a bit of resource as well, and you can see that this has made a total of 1317 combinations based on the setup I've got. That setup was fairly simple. If you got more parameters and more surfaces and so on, obviously the setup will expand out exponentially. Click OK, that'll take you through to your main form, and now your clients are all set up for any combination of chlorine and salt that you can imagine. Hope you've enjoyed that video and it's helpful. Don't forget, for more help you can visit us at sandapoolsystems.com, click on our tutorials and drop down for the written tutorials, or click on the Contact Us tab to come through and give us a ring. Thanks very much for your time.